lovelies, news and truths, baby boos. I love you. Welcome to the Crystaline Mars Show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Duüblé Jones, the lady with the stones, the come here's, and the leave us alones. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life in any way that I can. So head over to crystalinemars.com if you do vibe with my energy and you do need a little assistance or you would like a little assistance spiritually. I offer a plethora of spiritual services as well as personal rituals, and they are all 20% off. Promo code, if you just head over to the website, you'll see the banner there. You'll see the promo codes there, but 20% off. Y'all take advantage. Shout outs to the real ones for y'all bookings. Shout out to the real ones for y'all orders that y'all have been placing. I came through. I told y'all last night I came through with the heat, and I have uploaded all of the latest, greatest pieces on crystalinemars.com. We have some very beautiful copper charm bracelets, copper charm necklaces, and other copper necklaces available on crystalinemars.com that are one of a kind, motherfucking divine. So head over there, crystalinemars.com, to get all of your jewels and tools. The stone of the day is 20% off. Let me give y'all an in-person, in-person on live view of the baby boo. But this baby boo is, who fucking with you? This is the piece of 2025. When I say that, I mean like the protection that's on this bad boy. That's on this bad boy. That's on this bad gal. Okay. crystalinemars.com. But here we have pyrite. We have poppy jasper. We have clear quartz. We have shells. You can choose, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a masculine energy is going to order this. So my spirit just led me to give them the option to take off the shells, because though I personally think that men can wear shells, some men, or masculine energy may not really be feeling shelly-gally. So there is an option for you to remove the shells and it'll just look like so. But this piece is great for removing hexes, great for ancestral connection, protection, grounding, abundance, attracting wealth, cleansing, clarity, fertility, all you need. And the name is force field. So I felt as if this baby boo had like force field type protective energy. So this is the necklace. It is available as a set. And this is only $80. 80 freaking dollars, y'all. $80 for a charm necklace. Y'all already know we do have, like, our charm necklaces typically vary depending on how many stones are on it, what stones are on it. But this is the first $80 charm necklace that we've had. We've had some that were like 110, some that were like 120. But 80? So that's all I'm saying. And this bracelet. So we have it available as a set on crystalinemars.com. And the set is on sale for 20% off. So you could get the set for $123 or something like that. $123, you get both the bracelet and the necklace because they're both $80. The bracelet is $80, the necklace is $80, and they're 20% off of the entire set today and for the next 48 hours. But the same stones are on the bracelet, except for we have some Shiva Lingam, which is great for activating that Kundalini energy, cleansing your chakras as well as fertility. And we have fire quartz. We have some gorgeous fire quartz. Let me get a little closer, because I'm going to do the most stir. I love this piece. I freaking love it. And y'all know I love me a full charm bracelet. So this is what it looks like on. Tell me she's not beautiful. Lie to my face. Lie to my face. Thank you, Brittany. Lie to my face. Like, the colors are so warm. They're so grounded. They're so deep. I love these pieces. So, crystalinemars.com. Graffiti said this piece is calling you for sure. Ashe, crystalinemars.com, y'all. First 48, 20% off. Thank y'all, though, for y'all orders that y'all have been placing. Y'all been coming through with mad love, keeping me on my toes. And I've been feeling, more in my bag. And there are some other pieces as well on top of those two that are available on crystalinemars.com. Any Moby said, hey, beautiful, do you have an evil eye charm bracelet? I don't, but I can create some. Thank you for the inspiration. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I do have evil eye jewelry. So I was thinking about that too, because evil eye is a funny kind of piece, because some people don't like evil eye. Some people do. Like, I sold a necklace, in person, and she was like, I like the necklace, but I don't like the evil eye. So I made the adjustments on the spot for her, and I removed the evil eye, and I added like some clear quartz pieces to her thing. But that's why I'd be a little iffy sometimes when it comes to the evil eyes, because some people, you know, don't really like the way it looked like. But for you and the other lovelies who vibe with the evil eye, I definitely will have some more creative pieces coming. And so thank y'all so much for y'all love, support. CrystalineMars.com to go check out the rest of the heat, because I have about 4 other pieces that are also available. You say yes, please, and thank you, Ashe. So just check on the website every day, because I don't have anything that I'm currently working on. Like today was like my catch up, clean the kids, clean the dog, clean the house day. And so tomorrow I'm gonna be picking back up on some pieces. You said I love evil eye. Okay. So I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind. So CrystalineMars.com, just let that be a daily ritual for you. And that's for everybody, for y'all to check in to see what's the latest grades. I be seeing y'all up there. I told y'all I be spying head ass, and I be seeing y'all up there 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and stuff. And I love y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, Zenavina. And thank you, O Candace, for all of the likes. Well, let's go ahead and get into tarot tea time. You and me time. Y'all go ahead and spam the comments with some hearts so we may synchronize and receive what we're here for. If you would like a personal reading, again, CrystalineMars.com, 20% off of your reading and any other spiritual service. And Brother Logas Sis services are also 20% off. Brother Logas Sis services are more in-depth and more like, his services are different. They just hit a little different. But you can definitely check out his services as well on CrystalineMars.com. You click on services with Brother Logas and Duüblé, and then at the very top you'll see where you could click our names and it'll show our services separately. So his is also 20% off using the promo code abundance. All right. Who from Fayetteville, North Carolina on the website? Is that you, melanated? But no, yours normally come up. Yours normally come up your name, because sometimes it tells me y'all name. Sometimes it just tells me like visitor so-and-so is on the site right now. But I just got a notification that somebody from Fayetteville on the website. But I shade to y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Let's see what we got. So this is a general collective. Peace to y'all on YouTube. Have y'all said anything over there? Hey, y'all. My bad, YouTube babes. Y'all know with the new orientation, the chat, it fades away, so I can't see it unless I go scroll. Hi, the wavy one. I love the red and yellow. Those are super cute. Kenyetta, hey baby, I can't wait until I get some money to play with. Ashe. Peace, God, she is. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. All right, what we got here? Okay. Karmic energy. Learn the lesson and graduate. Know when to remove yourself. Escape. And thank you, Jessica, for your review, babe. Karmic energy. Learn the lesson and graduate. Know when to remove yourself. Escape. So y'all know we are, I believe the moon is still in Cancer. I don't think it transited out yet, but we still have this full moon in Cancer energy nonetheless. And so that is calling for us to release these karmic cycles, to release these emotional cycles, to remove ourselves from people, places, things, certain situations that are no longer for our wellness, that are not helping us here. So, and honestly, this can even be like just maybe certain dogmas or certain fixated beliefs that you had around something, and you may just be coming full circle with a new perspective about something, like, oh, I thought I had to let this go, but no, I just didn't have an understanding of something, or I needed to learn what moderation looks like, you know, boundaries. I needed to know what those look like, and so now I got that. Now I can enjoy certain things, or, you know, so take that as it resonates. It may not just be about completely releasing and removing yourself. It could be removing yourself from this fixated perspective that was actually just keeping you boxed in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so that's what we got from Unveiled, and let's see what we got for our Fortitude. Melanie said it's not me on the site this time, but I'm always on there. That's why I was like, no, usually tell me when you up there. Tell me your name. Let's see what Fortitude got. All right, so waiting will only lead to frustration. Make the best of what you have where you are right now. Are you a slave to your past or anxious about your future? Your freedom is in your hands. Okay, so also with this release energy, some of y'all are definitely just being called to release the frustration that you have. Release the expectations that you have too, because releasing that expectation around people taking people off the pedestal, releasing expectations when it comes to certain outcomes. You can still have certain desires, still set your intentions, be intentional, but when it comes to you being fixated on it being a certain end result, Spirit's calling for us to release those things, because those are the pillars that lead us to one, frustration and disappointment. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we have just me and you here, and it is a moon in the back, and it looks like a full moon in the back too. So just me and you, full moon energy. So with this just me and you, it says this is your chance to assert yourself and express your feelings without hesitation. It's okay to be vulnerable with your partner. And so some of you are single and you're like, well, I don't have a partner. This is, be vulnerable, be honest with yourself here. Allow yourself to express what you truly feel. Spend time with yourself, intentional, intimate time, and just love on you, draw you a nice bubble bath. Or if you don't have that space to do so, take you a nice shower. Take your time and just moisturize your body. Play some tunes in the background. Get the lighting right. Get the ambiance set. But I do feel like your higher self is calling for you to just slow down and really embrace yourself. Okay? We have the unthinkable playing in the background right now. Because some of you, I'm not sure. I'm picking up on a long distance relationship. Brittany said need to do that for sure. I'm picking up on a long distance relationship. So there could be strong telepathy here. Or some of you are just daydreaming about being closer to your lover. Some of y'all are really manifesting, a better living situation. A better situation when it comes to your relationships as well. Like your intimate relationships here. With this just me and you. Especially with this Cancer energy here. That's all about like intimacy. And so some of y'all may also be seeing where you feel uncomfortable with intimacy. And intimacy is not just sexually, Intimacy is not just sexually. This can just be, allowing yourself to, like the card said, express yourself in ways that are authentic and really true to yourself, that may be, you may be scared to share because, fear of judgment, or just something replaying from your past. Or, just giving somebody, some of you just may be scared to share certain things because you don't want that to be used against you later, or somebody to take advantage of these like very tender and like very like soft spots. I say, Camilla, I just got a love offering from you. Where you at, Camilla? And what did you want a reading? Peace, Laylee. So what's up? So we done with the just me. Okay. We have the confidence though. So interesting. So we have the just me, and this looks like a full moon, like I said in the back. The full moon is in Cancer, but the moon is going to be transiting into Leo next. And we have the confidence card here. The moon will be entering, I need my damn journal. Where's my damn journal with the exact time? But the moon is going to be entering Leo, I believe, early tonight. Like early tomorrow morning, if it doesn't go through and if it doesn't transit tonight. But with this confidence, we have the just me and you and confidence here. So some of you definitely just need to ground yourself. And I know that's easier said than done, but how that looks for you may be different. It may be putting affirmations on your windows or on your mirrors. It may be, you dressing on purpose in ways that make you feel like your best self, that brings you that confidence. Because when you look good, you feel good, right? So whatever things you need to do to make yourself feel more confidence, working with your solar plex, eating more pineapples, more bananas, wearing yellows, or even like your oranges. Even though the orange is more that sacral chakra, but that's going to help you connect with yourself on a deeper level. But some of y'all really need to just be more confident in yourself. I'm not sure if you've been seeking validation or just confirmation, like heavily leaning on somebody else giving you the green light, or somebody else to acknowledge you here. I was thinking about it today. When I was at my brother's funeral a month ago, I was on program to sing for his funeral, but it was my half brother. So his sister on his mom's side, she had created the obituary, and because I'm the black sheep sibling, she didn't know of me, so she put all of our other siblings in the obituary, but my name was not in there. And I was not bothered. I was at peace because I'm like, I know I'm his sister, you know. But granted, if I was in a different space, maybe if that was somebody else, they would have felt some kind of way, you know, by not being in the obituary. But for me, I already knew where I stood. I already know who I am, and that wasn't a big thing for me. But if I was seeking that validation, it would have been, you know. And so that's just kind of coming up for me right now for the collective. For some of you, you may feel like excluded. You may feel like overlooked, as if you are being skipped over or left out in some way, shape, or form. And your security or your sense of safety may definitely feel threatened right now. And this is when you need to look in the mirror and remind yourself, give yourself what you need. Because also with this Cancer energy, Cancer is very motherly energy. So it's calling for us to really parent ourselves, you know, be that mother that you need right now. You know, even if you have your mother in your life, at the end of the day, when it comes to validation, when it comes to love, when it comes to sometimes our expectations that we have of the people in our lives, it can be so high, and we find that even if they bend backwards and give us flowers out of their mouth, sometimes that still is not enough. It does not hit the G spot, right? Only you can really give it to yourself like you need to, and that's with whatever. That's sexually, that's physically, that's emotionally. And when I say sexually, I mean like you just really being able to feel into your body and stay in that spot and really delve into that intimate space with you in a way that nobody can. You know what I mean? And so that's more so if you find yourself in that space where you're feeling really shaky and you really need a hug, I need you to look in the mirror and hug yourself. Okay? This is not to push you away from anybody around you or to encourage the feeling of loneliness if you feel that, but definitely it's just calling for you to come into yourself. Okay, to come into yourself and to give yourself that TLC, that tender loving care. And that's why I picked up on that. Take your time, you know, take an intentional bath, be intentional while you're moisturizing your body. I don't care if you're a man, you know, be intentional and really like feel into yourself. Because some of you have been definitely lacking with the self-care. Life been life, and maybe your energy levels have been low and you just like, man, I just want to get in and get out. I just got home from work. I'm just ready to get in the bed. Or, you know, life, I'm busy, so I don't have time for that, you know, but it is important that you carve out that time for yourself before you burn out. Okay, make sure you carve that time out for you to sit down before you get put down, you know. So whoever that resonates with, this is definitely a call up for you to take a sec or five, right? Take a minute or five, take a minute or 10 for just you on purpose, to just be in your own energy intentionally and breathe, right? My daughter was watching Author not too long ago, and the episode that she was watching was titled Shelter the Storm. And there was a bad storm that hit, and it was a hurricane, and the tree fell on one of Arthur's friends, like family shop, and it destroyed the whole shop. And the guy was like, you know, we're going to it's okay, we're going to rebuild. The dad was, but the boy he was traumatized, you know, he had very bad anxiety from that moment. So every time it stormed again, he was, you know, shaky. Every time he heard something that reminded him of like trees blowing, he went back to that space. And so I'm not sure if somebody's really suffering from anxiety. I'm not sure if somebody's really suffering from anxiety when it just comes to just something happening again, something that you don't want to happen again. And so breath work is definitely going to help you as well. That was something that they were doing, like he was doing some breath work. But just intentional breathing is going to help you come back, you know. But I did feel that anxiety. Like some of you want to step out and try something again, or you want to step out and share something again, or you want to step out and do something again, but this may be something that you've done before and it was unsuccessful. And so that is what's hindering you when it comes to moving forward. And if that is you, I definitely just encourage that you again reaffirm yourself and surround yourself with people who will support you and comfort you and give you the words that you need so you may push forward. And if you don't have those people, again, like I said, you are that person. You are those people. So you do have a mirror, right? Look in the reflection, look at the reflection of you and give yourself what you need. And even call on your spiritual team because they are here, seen and unseen, you know? So somebody definitely need to confront their fears and not allow for their fears to paralyze them. Peace, Shiva. Kenyatta said, my energy is always low, but it's been the lowest lately. Okay, so, proper rest, are you getting the proper rest that you need? And then coconut water. Get you some coconut water. Eat your watermelons, okay? Those are full of all of the minerals and nutrients that you need. That will definitely bring your vibration up. But then, again, allow yourself to get the proper rest. So, reflect on your life and see where your energy is pulling, right? Because being that we're also in this 9 year, we've been talking about the different things that's coming with it and, the transformations and all that. But also this is a very highly intuitive year too, because with that 9, that Scorpio energy, and Scorpios are super, 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 super intuitive. So your intuition is going to be very heightened this year. It's going to be more clear for you to see truth externally and internally when it comes to, any ailments that you have, any little kinks and things. So tune in, just like I was on the show last night and I was like, whoo, I'm feeling a leak from me doing an hour of readings, and past versions of me I was able to do readings for an hour. When I had my YouTube channel before, readings for an hour and a half. I've done this before, but in this space now, in that moment anyway, connecting into collective energy, because I'm dealing with a whole bunch of your friends, my friends, everybody friends. So this is a little different than, and this is on top of my personal services that I do outside of the show. But this is different from just doing a personal reading and I'm just dealing with that individual and their friends, And so in that moment, I was like, ooh, this is a shift that I need to make. I am not going to allow myself to do an hour of collective reading because that is gonna leak my energy, So it's just about you doing the works to be more in tune with your body so you may be aware of the subtle shifts instead of waiting for it to drastically materialize and not you got to wait for the damn tree to fall on your house, But meanwhile at the ranch, if you were listening or if you were watching, you seen the tree, slowly slanting if you were tuned in. So, or maybe if you didn't see it or you didn't hear it, intuitively your spirit would have just told you, hey, we need to cut that tree, or hey, we need to go out to eat, so we don't be in the house when it falls. You know what I mean? So again, tuning into yourself and asking yourself, hey, what is this leak coming from? What can I pull back from? And allow yourself to let those things go so you can align with that of which you are manifesting and align with that energy or that person that you desire to be. Okay, so that's why it's all about I won't say that's why it's all about, but that's why it is important that we embrace the season that we're in now, because I was thinking about this too, and I'm like, wow, I was just looking at some people on YouTube who, like, they show up the way they show up and they've been doing certain things for years. And I was just thinking about me when it comes to, I'll just say the Crystaline Mars show. I'll just keep it there. And I was like, wow, I've just been making so many changes throughout the year. And I'm the kind of person, especially when I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, and some of y'all can resonate with this, even if you are not Capricorn or you don't have a lot of Capricorn in your chart or any earth or fixed signs, right? But I have a lot of Capricorn and fixed energy in my chart. And so I always look for structure. I always feel safe and secure when things are the same. And I know what to expect all the time. And so when it comes to just how I operate in life, and even with the show, I think that it's gonna be this way forever, even though I know it's not, but subconsciously I want to believe that it is. And so when I was just thinking about just the evolution of the show in the past year, because the Crystaline Mars show, it's only been birthed for not even a year. We're coming up on a year in February, if I'm not mistaken. And we just shifted so much when it just comes to how we show up, what we provide. And in the beginning, when those shifts started to come, or I was being called to make those shifts, and some shifts happened that I had no control of, but it was emotional, because I didn't want to let go. And I'm like, what's next? I'm used to doing this. What is this going to look like if I don't do this anymore? And with each let go, it was easier and easier. So like I said, when it came to even yesterday or Sunday, yesterday, when I was like, okay, no more spiritual exercises, like I got that download, no more spiritual exercises. At this point, I was like, okay, next. Like, I'm not even about to boohoo cry, because I know that it's all divine. And so some of y'all may be in that space. I said all that to say, some of y'all may be in this space where you're like, I just want to really just get comfortable and be able to kick back and just chill. I want everything. I want the dust to settle. I'm ready to retire. I'm tired of changing my tires. I'm ready to retire and sit down, chill out. And you may be moving into, actually, because for some of y'all, that's what you are moving into, but it's uncomfortable because you're so used to operating in survival mode and just going. And so the moment spirits start pulling these things from you, you're like, hold on, wait. No, these are the things that are keeping you on a whirlwind. These are the things that are keeping you, stimulated in ways that you don't need to be in this season. And so with this sloth, this is my first, I just got this and I love it. I really love it. Like, I love the way it's cut right here and everything. Like, it's really cute. But I got to look into the spiritual meaning of the sloth. Anybody know the spiritual meaning of the sloth? But, sloths are very, very slow. I know that, and so with that, Spirit's calling for you and bringing certain things to your awareness when it comes to the leak, and calling for you to slow your roll, right? Because, and when I say slow your roll, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be working. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have to do certain things, but your approach to it may be different. And so allow for that to evolve. Masterpiece said, what exercises is next? Is there Kundalini exercises? Maybe we can try. I'm not sure, Masterpiece. So when it comes to the spiritual exercise that I'm no longer doing on Sunday, Graffiti asked on YouTube the other day, will I still, I'm saying the other day, it does not feel like yesterday, but that was just yesterday. But he asked if I would still be doing the spiritual exercises if it's love donation based. And I was like, sure. And so that's more so what it is. It's like exchanging, when it's time for me to show up and be at service, I'll do that in that way. But other than that, I got to start moving things around. But yeah, I'm not sure, Masterpiece. I'm not sure, Masterpiece. I'm a marinate in where I am and just allow for the things to fall apart and allow for things to come together as they need to. So y'all just gotta bear with me. But if you do want any personal services, like the spiritual exercises that we did every Sunday, that's essentially like a spiritual clearing, or a what else? It's a spiritual clearing, or it's a energy clearing. On CrystalineMars.com, an energy clearing would be more like that guided meditation Soul Sunday exercise. An energy clearing, that's like Reiki, where we would do like a guided meditation. My Reiki isn't traditional Reiki, but that's essentially would be that service. So if y'all ever want like any 101s, that would be that. Okay, thank you, Blaze, with the research. Blaze says sloths represents conservation, groundedness, and patience. Ashe to that. Melanated said, I think I missed it. Are you no longer doing the message of the day either? Yeah, because the message of the day is the card. So I let the messages come up as they may. Lovely, who sent me the love offering? Where you at? And was that for a live reading? Lovely. Was that for a live reading? But yeah, the message of the day is a tarot. So speaking of, y'all, Brother Logas into the room. Hold on, what's the message? So we have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives here. So heavy on this releasing energy. Some of y'all may even benefit from a cut and clear ritual on CrystallineMars.com. But yeah, intentional releasing. Even when you go to the restroom, and just you can say aloud or internally, I release, as you release, And so that'll be a powerful tool to use as well to assist this energy with breaking up and breaking down. But we have Priestess here. How are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to step up and lead? And that's pretty much what I just freaking went on a tangent about with, unbind yourself and release yourself from certain expectations, maybe that people even have of you, or expectations that you have of yourself that are not realistic. And when I say realistic, I mean, be honest about where you are while still being intentional about who you want to become, but be honest about what you are, who you are, and where you are. And that acceptance alone will bring a breath of fresh air and allow for you to do what needs to be done, instead of lying to yourself, telling yourself that you're in a space that you're not, so really you're not getting anywhere because you're not even acknowledging where you are. But ultimately, the goal is to acknowledge where you are, and then that allows room for growth. And we have, how are you being called to step up and lead? And so it's like, ultimately, you got to release certain things so you can transcend, so you can evolve. You have to shift up the way you move, the daily habits that you have, the things you listen to, the things you consume, so you may step up and lead differently in a way that empowers not just those around you, but yourself as well. Melanie said, oh, I do remember you saying that during the show, saying that less is more. Got it. Yes, yes. Yeah. What graffiti say? Oh, because, yeah, you're not just going to do no spiritual... What? Oh, okay, because, yeah, you're not just going to do... You're just not... Wait, graffiti said, okay, because, yeah, you not just going to not do no spiritual exercises. Yeah, if it's an exchange, for sure. For sure. And some of y'all may be seeing that, too. Like, and I hope that I am... helping some of y'all in different ways too, when it comes to, you can still show up and draw boundaries along the way too, because I don't feel like y'all just come and suck my energy. I really don't. But let this be a lesson for some of you. We're about to close out now. When it comes to your services, because like some of y'all are very, very skilled at what you do. And I'm not saying you got to charge everybody for everything that you do, but you may just be doing stuff for free that people could actually and will actually be open to exchanging energy with. Like say some of you may find yourself always being a helping people head, as a therapist, essentially giving people the right words and reading their freaking life. And you don't even know that if you were to open your mind up to being at service for the collective and showing up in that way and exchanging energy financially or bartering or whatever way, shape, or form, you could actually receive in return and exchange for what you give. Some of you are skilled with your hands or computers, and you always helping the family with fixing stuff. But if you actually were to invest that energy into partnering with somebody or doing business with somebody, you can actually have an exchange of energy that where it actually supports you just as you support it. So, I hope that that's something that y'all take away too. Like, you can show up, and everything is not about money. Everything is not about what are you going to give me. But at the end of the day, there does have to be some kind of boundaries that are set. And then some things may just be for training for you. Like you may go through a season where you're just donating your energy, donating your service and things like that until you master a certain thing or get more skilled at a certain thing. And you're like, okay, well now look, this is my rate. And if you want to see me, this is what it costs, and I got you. But boundaries with yourself and other people. And don't forget to take some time out for yourself, y'all, at the end of the day. So that concludes our tarot tea time. I did not see Lovely come in the chat, who sent the love offering. Please don't tell me you was on YouTube. Okay, whew, that was a close one. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for sharing this space with us. Thank y'all for, honoring the boundaries that I set and just flowing with us and allowing for us to evolve and still choosing to share this space with us here with Crystaline Mars and Brother Logas and myself. And so with that being said, we still got to go on with the show, and I appreciate this space. This was a nice brief reading, but I feel like we got out all that we needed to. And so if you need more personally, CrystalineMars.com. Again, don't forget, it's 20% off all of the personal services as well as the personal rituals for myself as well as Brother Logas. So y'all can head over there, get the jewelry, all that y'all need, y'all, because I told y'all it's some very beautiful pieces for you. And so claim your piece today. And I love you all. And I'm going to see y'all in the chat. But we're now about to transition over to the spiritual lesson. Ashe. I love y'all. Don't they have a sloth emoji now? You gotta drop a sloth emoji. It is sloth emoji, Baba. I think it's a sloth emoji, y'all. Somebody see. Let me see. Y'all gotta drop a sloth emoji. Let me see. It is. Y'all drop a sloth emoji so I know it's real. And just type in sloth and it'll pop up. But yeah. So I'm about to turn the cameras over. All right, y'all. That's Shay. There you go. Ashe, conservation. What she say? Conservation, groundedness, and patience. Ashe. All right, so let me get these cameras around. Flip, flip. All right, Ashe, baby. It's on you. Ooh, somebody.
Peace, family.
Grace.
Today's spiritual lesson is the planet needs less people. The planet needs less people, right? This came to me today. This epiphany, right? As I was listening to one of my my prayer meditations that I recently created. I realized the planet needs less people, right? You got people like Bill Gates and other globalists who are trying to make that so. I would not say that that's the proper way to go about doing it, killing off people, poisoning people, that type of stuff, right? But I want you to understand, what's the spiritual significance behind this kind of ideas focus on there being less people or needing more people, or we're not making enough babies and blah, 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 right? This type of thing, right? Spiritually, what it is telling me is that we have too many people not because there's too many people on the planet, like the planet can't house as many people. No, the planet can house multiples times the amount of people that it has right now. The reason why we need less people is that the reason why the people keep increasing because our souls keep breaking. Our souls keep breaking into these smaller pieces, right? Now, and you could just say that this is just an opinion of mine, or just a spiritual, how the spiritual elements have just spoken to me, that there's only a certain number of actual souls. I'll say human souls. We'll just say that, or just souls in general, right? There's a certain amount of actual soul beings on this planet, right? And because the traumas just keep compacting on each other, keep building on each other, our souls keep breaking. They keep breaking, and you keep seeing more and more people. That's why you keep seeing the population just blow up, right? Because of the souls are breaking up. So literally, you have your soul, right? And you think, well, this is the only body at this moment in time that the soul is housing. When in actuality, there are multiple bodies on the planet right now that are connected to the same soul that you have. I'm not talking about soul partners, right? I'm not talking about like soul ties. I'm talking about, no, it's your soul in other beings, other I'll say beings, because they could be, some could be animals, some could be plants, some could be, other materials, right? But it's in other beings at the same time while it's in your being as well. See, your soul's not really in this body. The soul is like in a whole, in my opinion, a different dimension. It just just connects to these bodies. So that being the case, the idea is we want to get down to one body. Get down to one body, right? However, I don't know what the amount of souls are that the actual real whole souls that there are. Maybe it's 1 million, maybe it's 1 billion, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's supposed to be a lower number. Now, trying to kill off individuals, that's not going to solve the problem. That's just going to cause more drama and more soul breakage and breaking up. Or it will cause, if you lower the amount of the population drastically all of a sudden, then you're going to get a de-evolution more than likely. You're going to get a de-evolution because you're going to break the souls up more with less bodies for it to occupy. Therefore, it's just going to cause a de-evolution and breakdown in society altogether. So what we need to do at this time, what our souls are trying to tell us, what the universe, the matrix, I don't know, is trying to tell us, is that it's time to start pulling ourselves back in, right? And as we pull ourselves back in, the population will naturally get lower, meaning we'll just have less and less babies as quickly, because one, will be more enlightened, two, will live longer, so it won't be the need to be having all these babies, so quickly. Three, there'll be so many more things to focus on than just a procreation, right? And then that way we will able to actually control, or will be more able to build cultures and communities again, right? When you got so many people just expanding, it gets really difficult to get, to keep order, right? This is why we are tribal, right? And all humanoid beings across the universe are all tribal. They're all tribal, right? So there is a thing where you get to a certain population number where it becomes almost impossible to try to maintain. Ashe. So let's say spiritual lessons, so we'll go into Q&A or to any spiritual clearings. Ashe.
Ashe, we got suspended from going live on TikTok for whatever reason. It went out during your segment, and it says live access suspended until January 20th. Let me see if it gives any information to why.
Well, that's the day the president becomes the president.
You received a warning for the first violation.
What was the violation?
Misinformation.
Oh, misinformation. I didn't know TikTok was doing that.
It said it is natural for people to have different opinions, but we seek to operate on a shared set of facts and reality. We do not allow inaccurate, misleading, or false content that may cause significant harm to individuals or society, regardless of intent. So it's not
I guess it's because I said we need less people.
Probably so.
The planet needs less people, so I guess that. Yeah. I mean, or no, that's probably what it was. It was because I said, probably because I was talking about Bill Gates. It's probably when I said Bill Gates. Bill Gates, and even though Bill Gates did say we need less people on the planet, he literally, there's videos of him saying that. Right? And then because I said Bill Gates and other people, they want, less people on the planet. I guess that was the misinformation.
Yeah, so TikTok.
I didn't know they was like, but I know it was like, watching the lives like that.
I'm the freshest head of the dance watching. Yeah.
I know they was watching. They can't be watching live. It must be like an AI thing where you just say certain words, and they probably thought I was the way I said the word. They were probably like, "Oh, he's talking about the Illuminati or something like that," and and that's not what I was talking about at all. I was
bye TikTok till the 20th.
Till the 20th.
Yeah. He said that's when the new president come in.
That's when the new president come in. So
yeah.
That's crazy. We just got, but Candace is gonna be so. Candace is gonna be heartbroken. Let's see. Yeah, TikTok cut on me. Is that Candace? Maybe that's Candace right there.
Maybe so.
Candace.
Yeah, you got to meet us over here now.
Yeah, TikTok said I can't talk about certain things.
Yeah, we going to the 20th now.
I guess I can't talk about Bill Gates or something. I don't know. I just mentioned him. I wasn't even like going in on him. Shalom. Shalom to Mia. Who knows? Ashe. Okay. So I'll give you guys I'll give you guys a minute or two, see if you have any questions, comments, or concerns.
See, the 45 minutes on. What time? It looked like Duüblé didn't start until like 9 o'clock. And later and later. Since TikTok is down, maybe we should go to I showed up divinely. Everyone, that's what all the spiritual people say, huh? Divine, okay. Okay. Get them divine results too. Get those divine results. Sure. Yeah, since TikTok is down, I guess we got to bring Twitch back. Maybe Twitter. Maybe we should do Twitter. I don't know. It'd be getting crazy on Twitter though. JJ Double, when did y'all cut your hair? I mean, well, Duüblé, she's cut her hair quite a few times. Me though, I cut mine's back in March of 2024, March 2nd to be exact. And Duüblé, she first cut her hair in 2021. If you remember from the fro days, well, the fro was, it was extraterrestrial. I'll just say that. It had extraterrestrial origins. So I'll give y'all another minute. So, or Facebook, maybe I'll do Facebook, maybe. Oh, graffiti said, I didn't even see graffiti. He said, planet Earth needs less people. I knew it all along. Thanos was right. Thanos was right. Thanos, what Thanos was, he was talking about, resources. Resources is not the issue. Resources is not the issue. And you don't need to get rid of people. The healthier we become, the more you start focusing on, the more healed you are, the more you start focusing on children as a, you start focusing on children as a, the more you start, focusing on building, right? And then when you bring in children, you look at them as a being that's going to be a powerful member of society, not just another member of existence, right? Right now, that's how we are. We're just bringing children in, but with no purpose or no way to even give them a purpose and no way to establish. We don't really have a system for all beings to thrive. When all beings are thriving, the population is going to be growing a lot. It's going to be in a much more manageable position. Much more manageable position. All right. But like I said, to me, it doesn't really make sense, just on a spiritual, on a soul level, on a soul level, based on how I perceive this planet's existence and the way that our souls got here. Um, I don't think it's just more souls necessarily just hopping on the planet. I think it's all the same souls just splitting itself apart. It's just splitting itself apart. Um, and that's just due to the trauma. Due to the trauma. JJ Double, what about growing our food? I mean, what about growing our food? I mean, what about it? JJ Double. You know, I mean, it's definitely obvious that that would be the you know, most beneficial way. Will it help? Doing anything healthy is definitely going to help. So growing your food, definitely, you know, it's not going to hurt. It's definitely not going to hurt. Is it the source of our answer to our success, to our soul success? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at. I don't think so. It definitely can assist, um, but the way the planet is set up, it doesn't. It's not. It doesn't look like it's going to even allow us to really do that in mass. It's just not going to allow us to do that, right? So we have to come at it from a different angle. We have to come at it from a more desperate angle. Why is our spirit split in so many places? Trauma. Trauma. One is trauma. Two is a lack of direction, breakdowns of cultures. And from my, understanding, our souls got here based off of trauma. That's how we got locked into this matrix. At least that's my understanding. That's how we got locked into this matrix. And we're trying to heal, right? But right now, it's like it's not going in the healing direction. But with enough stress, sometimes you can be forced to just evolve. You know, you can be forced to evolve and just like in the movie Lucy. Have you ever seen the movie Lucy? Right. She was pushed to such a point through the drug stimulation. She was pushed to such a point that eventually she was able to bring herself, back in. She was able to break all of her broken pieces, back into being, a true soul being, right? So, we can either allow, peace, chill, dude, see him in the building. We can either allow this stressful world right now that we're living in, that's continuing to become more stressful. We can either allow it to continue to break us apart, or we can face it head on and fight through the stress and then end up pulling ourselves, back together, right? And I don't think we're going to pull ourselves back together as a collective, but, I think it'll be like on a case-by-case basis. So the question is, are you the next person to do it? Are you the next person to do it? I'm on the mission to be the next person to do it, right? I've been working very heavily on that for some years now, and then and now I'm like really in my focus has become more and more lasered as the years have gone, and it was a little bit of time where it was a few years though where I was kind of in limbo trying to figure out what is the next step, what am I looking for, how do I and then I believe that I have found it. So, J Double, how do we get the pieces back together? Um, Diet does play a role. It does play a role because it gives you the energy to do it, right? It's not the end all be all, but it does play a role, right? Um, in my opinion, the most important part is to detox of the heavy metals, and that kind of will allow you us to get the other things done. Um, but the big part of it is meditation. Is meditation. Through meditation, through the proper types of meditation, we can pull ourselves, back together. We can pull ourselves back together, right? But it's very diligent meditation, very purposeful meditations. It's you know I'm working on those meditations right now. I've created some very powerful ones. I'm getting powerful results, right? There's some more meditations that how like you get your Duüblé put you through the guided meditations, right? Where I'm creating certain types of guided meditations that deal with putting ourselves back together, activating our whole body's potential, all those things, right? To assist in the meditation process. Um, once I finish writing them all, I got like I don't know, with 3 or 4 that I still gotta finish up, maybe 5. I know there's like I just finished up a long one, and I got another long one that I gotta finish up. And the other ones are kind of short, a little bit shorter. When I say long, like the one I just finished up, it would end up being a 2-hour guided meditation recording that I put together, right? So it took me about a week or so working on it every night to finish that one. I got another one probably gonna take me about the same amount of time. But once I get all these things done, and I'm able to really practice them at the level that I really want to practice them right now, I can only like kind of utilize them in passing and here and there, still get the results, but not quite the level that I could get if I could really focus. um, but I gotta finish writing them, and I'll be able to focus more. All right, and then I can work out all the kinks, and then I can once I finish, and then when I work out all the kinks, I can pass those things on to you guys. Right, so that is my goal. That is my goal. Graffiti says, so with a more spiritual, traditional, cultural society, we can help to heal the individual soul to where there will be room for a stable existence. Right, that would definitely be the ideal, right? That'd be the ideal. Um, I wouldn't necessarily. The only thing is the traditional societies were limited in their, to me, they were limited in their thinking. They were limited in their thinking, and that's also part of the reason why we are where we are today. They weren't, because they're because in those traditions they got stuck. It's not really about traditions per se, but the cultures were a good base point, but then they didn't evolve though, and because they didn't evolve, they got conquered, right? So now we're in a space where, in my opinion, the matrix is like it's about to reset. It's about to reset itself. So, we have a certain amount of time to, the buzzer's about to go off. Most of us are going to get reset into the whatever the new matrix is, right, and kind of start over and forget, you know, a lot of what has been discovered, and then a small number of us, however small that is, you know, will take it will you know uh, get pumped up during this crunch time and push ourselves to go to that next level, right? I'm just trying to, as I'm working on it myself, I'm trying to also create these recordings so that y'all can also utilize them, at the same time, um, so that other people can also, who have no idea which direction to go in. I'm trying to leave a direction that you can go in. I'm trying to get something to where you can just do this, listen to this, and work on it, yourself as well, right? And not me necessarily trying to be the just the guru. You got to come to me and see, like, that's not really my aim there. But since we're not going to go back to traditionals. We're not going to have necessarily a cultural society. That's not going to. Let me bring that back. It probably will happen, but it'll happen under the control of the matrix, though. When it comes to breaking out of the matrix, when it comes to, when I'm talking about the matrix, I'm talking about the third dimensional matrix. Um, when it comes to breaking out of the program, right? Culture and society and culture and traditions is not gonna get you out of there, because culture and traditions is a religion in itself, and it encapsulates you into the matrix. It still keeps you stuck into the matrix, right? So no, we have to try to learn as much as we can, which is what I try to do from these cultures, to gain and put all the pieces together, though, right? Because no culture really had all the answers. No culture has all the answers. And if you read the Metu Neter, this volume 1, I didn't read the other volumes, volume 1, it'll explain to you that concept in the very beginning chapters, that you know, all of the spiritual wisdom has been split up. Just like our souls are split, the spiritual wisdom has been split between all these different religions, and I just go further to say all these different cultures and all these different societies, right? So you gotta study them all, including the one we're in now with the comic books and the anime, and you want to pull yourself in together. You got to pull all of those things in, but at the same time, that takes a lot of time to try to figure all that out, right? You know, and I feel like I've figured a lot of it out. So as I'm pulling it together myself, I'm like, instead of telling, I am telling you, like, what you have to do, but at the same time, I'm creating an avenue where, by creating a certain type of meditation, I can help you to skip a lot of the steps that I went through myself just to find and put my own soul together, right? I think there's still some pieces of my soul I can still put together, but I put a lot of it together already. So but one of the meditations that I'm creating right now is a soul healing together, so I can help me put the rest of my soul together and help everyone else to start putting your actual soul together to begin with, right? Without having to go through the journey over the past, I don't know, eight or so years that I've gone through trying to put my soul together, right? I can just give you something to where you can, like, skip a lot of that process and just get to the meat potatoes, and just do the work instead of trying to discover what the work is that needs to be done. I'll show. But I hope to have everything, all the rest of the meditations done. I've gotten about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them done. The meditations and prayers done. I hope to have the rest of them done within, definitely before February. Um, I'm gonna try to push myself before Trump gets into office. So that's gonna be tough, though. That's only like 7 days. Yeah, that'll be tough. But we'll see. I'll show. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Give you a minute or two to think it over. It's all love to you, JJ Double. Shay, JJ Double. Right. And just like how I said, like I said, it's gonna be a very, very few. I mean, it might be only a dozen. I don't know. But once again, like I said, it's not very many actual souls anyway on the planet. But it'd be very, very few that'll not get stuck in the reset of the matrix, right? And you can see it because the deeper that I talk about the actual transcendent part, the part that everyone wants to achieve, the more that I get into the actual talking and application of the transcendent part, right? Oh, your name is Jewel. Ashe Jewel. The more I talk about it, you'll find I find when I used to talk about the zodiac signs or the numerology or the more popular metaphysical things. It'd be a lot of people be coming in and asking questions and chiming in and say my birthday is this and blah 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 whatever, right? But the deeper, or whether it's relationships or whatever it is, but the deeper I got into like the real evolution part, right? The quieter and quieter these lives have gotten. The quieter and quieter these lives have gotten, right? Um, which shows you, what people, how many people actually, want to evolve. How many people actually want to go to the next level? It's really few. It's so few, right? I know. It's so few. Ashe. So if you want to be one of those people, Ashe, graffiti, say great lesson, great show, Ashe. If you do want to be one of those people, just understand that. See, you think being spiritual isolates you. It does. But then try to go to the next level. There's more levels of the isolation. You get into spiritual community, you isolate yourself from a lot of the, I guess traditional religious community or whatever, right? But you still kind of have like a large group of people that you can hook up with, right? You can link up with. Then you get into like witchcraft or voodoo or something like that. Then you isolate yourself more within the spiritual community because only a certain percentage who actually doing that type of stuff, right? And then you start getting into it's basically what me and Duüblé do, right? You start getting into that stuff, spiritual contracts, things like that. It gets even more isolated, right? But then you get into what I personally I focus on the most here with this transcendent part. It gets ridiculously isolated. So you have to have a strong mind. It's only a strong survive, Ashe, Jewel. You have to have a strong mind to understand how isolated. It's like, how isolated are you willing to become? How isolated are you willing to become? Right? Because if you want to become a god, essentially, right, the level of isolation is basically, it's close to being just one, right? Being the one, right, Neo, right? It's think about the Matrix. Yeah, Neo he was part of the crew and everything, but him, Morpheus, all they was pretty isolated, even though okay, they're the awake, all people in Zion, they're awake, so they're isolated, from the people in the Matrix. But then the people who actually fight in the Matrix, they're isolated to a certain extent from the people who live in Zion, right? But then the people who fight in the Matrix is like those who actually believed in the oracle, who believed in the the one concept in the prophecy, right? They're isolated from those who fight, in the Matrix, and then you got those who believe in what Morpheus is saying, and in Neo and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole. The group gets smaller and smaller until you get to Neo. Neo is essentially isolated from everybody when you are being the one, and then eventually in the Matrix, 4, they get a couple more people that transcend. Morpheus ends up transcending in a way. Agent Smith ends up transcending. Trinity ends up transcending. But that's about it. So it's like it's very few that actually are willing to go through that isolation. So maybe that's you. Maybe that's you. Ashe. So we'll go ahead and I keep I'm looking at myself. It looks like I'm looking in the corner for this YouTube. The camera's here. Anyway. So we'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika just done. And we'll see you tomorrow. Ashe.